All right, let's now get you the other big story where voting is concluded for the second and the final phase of the assembly elections in Bihar. A record 68.52% was the voter turnout that has been registered in phase 2 out of a total of 3.7 crore eligible voters. The second phase had 1,302 candidates on the ballot across 122 constituencies. Now remember, phase 1 had witnessed a historic turnout and that was lower at about 64.66%. But the second phase has in fact exceeded this number. Now, this second phase will decide the fate of 12 ministers from Chief Minister Nitish Kumar's cabinet, and amongst them are the JDU leaders, the likes of Vijendra Yadav contesting from Supaul and Cecil Singh contesting from Damdaha. The ministers from the Bharatiya Janata Party in the fray include the likes of Prem Kumar fighting from Gaya and Renu Devi from Betia. Other key constituencies include Sasaram, and that is where the Rashtriya Lok Morcha, the RLM chief, and the Rajya Sabha member of parliament, Upendra Kushwaha's wife, Snehalata Kushwaha, is contesting as the NDA candidate. Meanwhile, Satyendra Shah of the Rashtriya Janata Dal, the RJD, is representing the Grand Alliance. Prashant Kishore's Jan Suraj party has fielded Binay Kumar Singh. And out of all of the seats that are going to the polls, the Bharatiya Janata Party has won 42 seats in the 2020 assembly elections, while the RJD had emerged victorious in 33 seats. The Janata Dal United had bagged 20 seats, the Congress had won 11, and the left parties collectively had secured just 5. Now, the NDA comprises of the Bharatiya Janata Party, the JDU, the HAMS, the LJP, and other parties, and is seeking to retain power for a second term. Now, the Grand Alliance of the Mahagathbandhan comprises of the RJD, the Congress, the left parties, and the Vikasashil Insan Party that is looking to take power from the incumbent government. The Jan Suraj Party also says that it is pretty confident about its prospects. Now, the first phase of the Bihar elections has marked the highest polling percentage in the state's history, and the state saw a record 64.66% of the turnout in the first phase of polling, with all political parties interpreting the high voter turnout in their favor. Now, the results of the elections will be announced on the 14th of November. All right, so the process of voting is done, and it is now time to crunch some numbers. And this is where the pollsters come in. This is the game of prediction that is based on exit polls, asking people who they voted for, and then to try and extrapolate that data to try and project as to how much each party is likely to win. So let's get use of the numbers that are now doing the rounds. 4 exit polls. The then is Bhaskar one, Matri's People's Insight and People's Pulse have predicted a sweep for the ruling NDA. These are the numbers that you're seeing on your screens. These are the exit poll predictions by the different agencies that have put out the numbers here. And they're predicting, pretty much everyone is predicting a clear victory to the NDA. The BJP Plus is what is clearly shown to be winning the elections in Bihar. Now, Dainik Bhaskar and Matriz believe that the NDA could in fact secure anywhere from 145 to 167 seats. The Grand Alliance could struggle to cross even the 100 mark. Similarly, polls by People's Insight and People's Pulse predict a comfortable majority for the NDA, and the opposition Grand Alliance could of course stay under 102 seats. However, all 4 exit polls suggest that the debutant Prashant Kishore and his Jan Suraj party, which has made a lot of noise in the media, will struggle to make any mark, with the party predicted to win anywhere from 0 to 5 seats. And according to the exit polls by JVC Economic Times, NDA could end up winning 135 to 150 seats, while the Mahagathbandhan could get about 88 to 103 seats, and others could get about 3 to 7 seats. However, remember, exit polls are not the final word. In the last 2 assembly elections, this is the track record of exit polls. Exit polls had failed to project the accurate picture of the final outcome. In the last assembly election that was held in 2020, an average of 11 exit polls had projected that the Mahagathbandhan would be the clear winner. But on the day of the results, it was the NDA that managed to steal a victory. All right, now joining us on the broadcast, we have Ms. Shikha Mukherjee, who's a senior journalist. He's joining us live. Ms. Mukherjee, thank you very much indeed for joining us here on WION. Now, exit polls is the favorite game of all the pollsters. The voting is done, and the exit polls are predicting that the NDA, that is the BJP Plus, is going to be the clear winner. Do you concur with these predictions that are being made, or do you think that there could be a different result on the 14th?
No, I think that, however inaccurate our predictions may be, in the run-up to the final voting today, it seemed as though the Mahagathbandhan was neither cohesive nor coherent. And in JTU, or rather Nitish Kumar, his presence, he's the one stable and trustworthy leader in Bihar. And that, I think, makes a huge difference for the NDA's prospects in this election. And I will refer to the controversy over whether Nitish Kumar was leading the NDA and would be the chief ministerial face, or whether he was just the convener of the campaign. And that, I think, was made very clear after a while when the Prime Minister, or Narendra Modi as the BJP star campaigner, stepped in and said, no, Nitish Kumar is our leader and will remain our leader through this election and its outcome. I think that it was a really important inflection point.
Right.
That insofar as the NDA is concerned, this one leader, the leader who's been around for 20 years as chief minister off and on, sometimes with the NDA, sometimes with the Mahagathbandhan, is the face of the Bihar election. And I think that would have been why the numbers have changed so much from about 6 months ago, when opinion polls were suggesting that it is a neck-to-neck fight between the Mahagathbandhan and the NDA.
You know, we should just point out to our viewers that the exit poll should be taken with a pinch of salt. They can be correct. Sometimes they can also go pretty horribly wrong. But the question of Nitish Kumar that you brought up, he's been in charge of the state of Bihar in either of the alliances for the last 20 plus years. Do you think he's done enough for the people of Bihar? Because if you look at the condition of Bihar, a lot of people say that, listen, one of the biggest problems that we have is that our youth don't have job. The reason why the Bihari youth migrates to other states is because there is no opportunity in the state of Bihar, which has been put in place by the governments for the last several decades. So with Nitish Kumar having been at the helm of affairs for the last 2 decades, do you think he can still continue to woo the voter of Bihar? Or is Tejasvi Yadav now showing himself to be a credible contender who can put up some sort of a fight? What's your assessment?
No, I think Tejasvi Yadav has not as yet arrived as the most credible political leader of Bihar. And I'm sort of juxtaposing the statement in the sense that Nitish Kumar is the most credible political leader of Bihar. It is not anyone else. Therefore, it's a fight between Tejasvi Yadav as the chief ministerial face of Mahagathbandhan and Nitish Kumar. Now, in that sense, Bihar's savage poverty, and it's savage, that poverty, which makes young people, educated young people, and the less educated, the neoliterates, move out of Bihar and look for jobs elsewhere. That peculiarly does not impact the fortunes of Nitish Kumar, and has not done so for 20 years. The other thing is that if you look at how Nitish Kumar fought this election, I think it's very important to realize that Nitish Kumar has continued to woo the woman voter.
Right.
And that is a constituency that is Nitish Kumar's particular preserve. And in that sense, his Mukhyamantri Mahila Rozgar Yojana, a kind of 10,000 rupee grant to women, has added an impetus,
Right.
which perhaps was important. But, and I'm going to add this very clearly, there is also the other factor that Nitish Kumar is heading a coalition that includes the Bharatiya Janata Party. Now, the Bharatiya Janata Party's campaign in most states has been of a double-engine sarkar. In other words, the BJP at the center, the BJP in the state, and together they will push the economic future of that state from being poor to better off. Now, if you look at what happened during the campaign, Mr. Modi was very clear. He was willing to invest 62,000 crores in Bihar,
Right.
to make it convincing that the new government that would be voted in would deliver benefits to the people, from industry to the Mahila Rozgar Yojana to 1,000 rupee a month stipend to unemployed educated youth and things like that. So I think there is a combination of factors which has given the NDA an edge.
I think we'll have to wait and watch out for as to what the people of Bihar have thought about the performance of their leaders over the course of the last few years and perhaps decades. We'll have to wait and see as to what the election result will be. Thank you very much indeed, Ms. Shikha Mukherjee, for joining us with our perspective there. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.